Good morning. Monday morning, I'm back at it. I've had a few days off and I feel pretty good. The hip feels pretty good. So I'm going to come out here today. I'm not going to film a lot because I'm going to machine these. You've seen that before. They won't take that long, but what I'm going to do is sort this one out here that I had to grind. As you see, the foot pedal arrived and it's steel, so it'll be nice. I went into town Sunday morning and got some bolts for there, there and there, and washers and nuts, but I could not get any key steel anywhere, 12mm. So what I've done is I bought two of those. So I'll stick those in the mill and make my own freaking key steel. They're high tensile bolts. You can tell by the sound they make. Yeah, so I'm going to machine my own keys, but I'm going to do that after I've assembled these. So I'm going to get some of this shit out of the road, take the gears off, and I might center punch them just to make sure, because I've machined them to fit each individual shaft. So I'll just match mark them. I'll only need to match mark one, center dot. Yeah, and then I'll start doing these. And as I said, I'm only going to be turning them down to just inside that, so there's only that much. So that's not going to take, and I'm only going to do one side. So I'll take 0.1 of a mil off each plate. That should do me right. So what I'll do is I'll bring you back when I've done that. Stay tuned. Alright, there we go. They're all done. And these are bolted on. So what I'm going to do tomorrow, I'm going to come out and set up the mill to machine the keys. And I've got to do some more of the nuts that go in here. I'm going to machine them down a bit to give me a bit more room. So, yeah, tomorrow it shouldn't take too long to make these keys, and I can start, hopefully start getting it back together tomorrow. Like I said, baby steps. My knees are killing me. My feet are killing me because I'm not used to standing up. Well, I've been out here a bit longer than I anticipated. I wanted to be out here for about an hour and a half. I've been out here nearly 2 hours, so that's okay. It's good. I got this done. So these are all done. Hopefully, that's the last time I'll have to disassemble them. So get these on and nip them, get everything back on there, and make the keys up. Once I get the bearings on, then I'll put these on. Yeah, and then I'll start making the dog bone for it. And we'll go from there. So, see you tomorrow. Well, good morning. It's not Tuesday, it's Wednesday. When I was out here the other day, I out here longer than I anticipated, and I think I overdid it. And by the time I went back inside, I could hardly move. I could hardly sit down. So I had yesterday off. But I'm only going to do about an hour or so today. I've got to go and see the doctor at some stage today. But I'm going to set up the vise in the mill and start machining these keys. So I might see how I go with getting them done today. I'm just going to do two of them. I'm just going to cut the heads off and machine them down to 12mm. I need one key for the gearbox and one key for here. I need two keys for the gearbox, one for inside the gearbox, one for the sprocket drive, so I would make 3 keys. One will probably go through the gearbox because that's how long that is. I'm hoping that's long enough. It'll be just long enough. Yeah, so yeah, so I'll put that in, and once I get the cutter and get everything set up ready to go, I'll bring you back. Stay tuned. Alright, now I've got this going. I've taken the head off. Just hang on, let me widen you up a little bit so you can see. Just up here. Now for the 16mm bolt, I'll need to take 2mm off each side. So I hope I've got enough to clean up. If not, it's no big deal, they're not that expensive. So let's take a mil at a time and see how we go. Alright, I don't know if I'm going to get enough out of that, but let's see how we go. I'm going to change those tips too. Those bloody tips are blunt as hell. Well, turn the feet off, idiot. Let me widen you up a little bit. I don't think it's going to clean up. Oh, geez, it's close. There's a chamfer on the edge. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, people. I suppose there's a clearance in the corner of the key. I'll take another one off. Let me go all the way around. We'll go all the way around and then we'll see. We will see. Take the third one. Take you back in a little bit. I've had another melted brain moment, because I thought, you know, I'll get 16 mil. They're not 16 mil, they're friggin' 20 mil. 20 mil. Now, so they will clean up quite well. I don't know. Seriously, that's my brain. Just another one of its let's not work correctly moments. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn this over, and I'll do the same. I'll take the 2 mil off the top here, and then go around. The next one, the next bolt I put in, I remember now, 4 mil off each side, not bloody, not 2. Don't ask me how I did that, but it's me. Welcome to my parade. I don't know whether I'll get that extra bloody 2 mil off it. Anyway, we'll get to that bridge. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. What I've done is I've wound the cutter all the way, the quill all the way back up, and tightened it, and then moved the table up, because I know when I email them, which I'm going to do, about this, it's a brand new machine, that's not acceptable. They're going to say, back the quill up. Well, the quill is right up, so that'll be one thing to knock off the list. Yeah, that's going to clean up nice. Just let me deburr this. It's about the same. At 15.4. 15.4. So I'll turn it that side. I marked it's finished. So now what I'll do is I'll put that up against the back face. And take the same off this side, and that'll give me my finishing cuts then for the other two sides. well this one will go either, but let's give it a red hot shot, shall we? That one's done, that one's done. Let me measure it, see how much it'll take off. 13.6. So I'll take 1.5 mil off. And that way all I'm going to do then is file fit the key, which I prefer to do. I prefer to hand fit it. So we'll just take 1.5 mil off that. If I can get 1.5 mil, I should be able to. Alright, that should be fine all around now. Well, that one's 12 on the button. So I've got a little bit of taper. That's not much, but it's fine. Alright, that's that done. I'm going to call it a day. I've been out here for a little over an hour. I don't want to push it because I want to come back out tomorrow. So I'm just going to deburr this, put it down there with the rest of the stuff, and I'll come back out tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be able to get that other key done. Well, I will be able to, and maybe start making some movement towards putting some stuff back together. My video might be a little bit late this week. Won't not get it out till Saturday. Just see, I desperately want to get more done. I feel really bad about it. You know, just I feel bad about not being able to get out here and do it. So here's what it is. Anyway, thanks for being around. See you tomorrow. Okay, good morning. Friday morning. I did some work out here yesterday, but I didn't video. I did it all off camera. Basically, what I did is I got all the keys done. That's the key that goes through the gearbox. It's going to be just a tap fit, or I'll just to file it. Same with the keys for the gears. That's the same thing. It's just a nice tap in fit. I'll just have to file it a little bit. So they're all done. They're ready to go back in. So what I'm going to do today is start reassembling this. Now I want to get this back up and on, get that bolted down. Then I'll put the shaft in, put the pulley on, the sprocket on, and then I will start putting those over, sit them down, bolt them down, put the sprocket on, put the gears on, put the chute on, put the bolts in. So I want to get everything bolted into it and get bolted down today. I'm hopefully, well, that shouldn't take very long. I don't want to be out here too long because I didn't sleep much last night at all. So I'm not thinking too clearly this morning. And I don't know, I did something, must have done something in my sleep, turned over wrong, did something wrong on my sleep, and my hip was giving me hell last night. So I don't want to spend too long on it today. So hopefully I'll be able to knock this over in about an hour, I reckon. Get it out of the way. So I'll see if I can get you and video some of it. Just so a little bit of content for my video this week. I've been pretty slack this week. Just different things on doctors, shrinks, buddy, health issues, you name it. I've had it this week. So just let me try and sort something out and I'll bring you back. Whoop. He's up there, big boy. Right, I'll put a little bit of ETCs, a big blob of snot coming out the end. Just, I think that ETCs up that end is a little bit, it's gone a bit hard. It's okay, we don't need a lot. I'm a big believer in this shit, and it pisses me off when people assemble things like this and don't use anti-seize, because you know in the future it's going to come back to bite you. Yeah, fall on the ground. Makes a mess, that's what I hate about it. Where's my rags? I haven't got one here. There we go. Nice. A little bit on the key, it'll soon spread when I push it in. I'm going to get another one. This one's much easier. I prefer these ones. I've got this stuff laid on. One of the advantages of working in the mines. nice slide-in fit. We need to pull that back about halfway along that slot. Just nip these up. So this is the second last assembly. This is be all going together now, wired up, tested, then stripped and painted. I've still got a little bit of fabrication to do, of course. Still got to do the chute for underneath. I'm going to do that as a bolt-on, I think. I'll work it out anyway. Let's try and do this. Should probably turn the bloody thing around so I can get to it from the front. Come on, in you go. Let me sort this out and I'll bring you back when I'm ready to start putting some of this other stuff on. Alright, I've got those on and bolts in. I was going to film it, but you know, in between meltdowns, I was losing me shit. It's on, those ends are nipped up. That's one thing I did yesterday as well. I machined the rest of those nuts and shortened the bolts. But they're nipped and they're spinning fine. So what I'm going to do is leave them at that until I get it running. And then run it, nip them up, run it, nip it up, run it until it wears in. I think it should be fine. It just needs, everything needs to balance itself out, that's all. So once it does that, it'll be fine. So I'm going to lift this up now, bolt it down, and then I'll put the gears on. Hang about. Righto, let's see how we go. Just needs to. There we go. Oh, look at that. Yeah, oh, and that's pretty bloody close too. Let me get you out of here and we'll have a sticky beak. Let me turn the screen around so I can see what I'm videoing. That's pretty bloody good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these now, tap these in. I'm going to have to, I've got a little bit of a, not an issue really, but I can't really I can't adjust them any further back. There's a slight gap there. I might just have to put a spacer in there. That'll be fine, that's not a drama. I'll put a washer in there. I'll machine one up. So I'll cut these, just hang on a second, I'll bring you back. Alright, there's cut off. I couldn't cut, they won't cut obviously, they're carbide, you idiot. All I did was I put a score in it with the grinder and just snapped them off with the hammer. Stuck them in the vise and snapped them off, so there we go. That's bloody beautiful. I'm pretty happy with that. So I said it's going to keep moving apart if I tighten everything down. And I've got to go through this and just clean up. There's some dags and burrs and that in there. Next on the agenda, which will be probably Monday, I'll come back out and start again. and do the dog bone for the back here. What I'm going to do is get some steel, machine them for the bearings to fit, and then once I get it, I'll get them sitting together, I'll tighten them down and then measure between, make up a piece to fit in, tack it all around, and then make the outside bit, which will bolt onto, I'll probably put tabs here to bolt them onto, or underneath, so they'll come one way. I'll make it either on the top or underneath, so that the dog bone will come down and bolt. I might even actually run them underneath and drill holes and bolt them down, because that way I can bolt the guard onto it for this. And that's going to solve all that, particularly this one, because it's the driver. It's going to be driving. If you get a big load in there, as it turns, this one's going to want to try and climb up the top of this one. So I'm going to make, I mean, hindsight's pretty good, but going back, I probably should have got different bearings, and pillow blocks, and not pillow blocks. I think they're pillow blocks. Anyway, the big sturdy square ones. But it is what it is. As I said, it's when you start making these things and you do them on the run. So that's coming together nicely, and I've got all those bolts in. They're just nipped up. I haven't even, they're only finger tight. I haven't even tightened them up yet. Once I make the dog bone for that, then I'm going to make the fingers for here, the cleaners that clean out the cutter, and then the chute. Yeah, the chute won't take much. It's only sheet metal, and just fold it under, like fold it round, and have it so it comes into the bucket. I'm going to put it so the bucket goes underneath. I think that's going to be much easier, so it'll drop straight down. So that's all looking good now. Starting to look like it should. And yeah, I'm glad they worked. Listen, it's amazing when you sit down and think and use your brain properly and get the right distances. You know, you can get the gears. These gears you can get in any size, like to get your, I think they go in 1mm or 2mm spacings in centres. So so it wouldn't have been too hard to get whatever I needed to fit that. So yeah, it's going to work pretty good. Only thing I'm a little bit worried about that gap, but that's not going to take much if I have to, just to put something over there. Oh, this, yeah, no, it'll be fine. There's a slight gap here, but that won't matter either. I don't think that's going to do anything. So I think that'll do it. I'll call it a day now and go and sit down and take something for my hip and see if I can calm down, because it wasn't pretty out here earlier. Yeah, fair lost me stuff. Big time. There's stuff thrown all around here, and that I threw that to shit house and bounced back and nearly stabbed me. It's just me, the way I am, unfortunately. But thanks for those that hung around and those that support me. I really do appreciate it. Means more than you know. Particularly the ones that watch the whole video and then leave comments. The comments are good, and I will acknowledge every single comment. And the ones I can answer, I will. But I will acknowledge every comment, and I do read them. That's it. If you see the heart on your comment, that means I've read it. So yeah, thanks again. This one not a whole lot, but there'll be a lot better content in the next video, because I'm going to start making this dog bone. That's going to be the complete process next time. So making it and fitting it. But geez, we're a big step towards getting it running. So thanks for hanging around, and I'll see you in the next video. And until then, as always, stay safe. Peace.